I'm high. Yes, every really wanna get to this guy. Yes, go out tonight, I just might. Yes, style cleaner than yours, so don't buy. Yes, I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm back from vacation. I'm excited about talking to you guys today. I'm waiting on Busy to get here. So while we do all that stuff, let's go ahead and check on the business. Let's see what you guys are talking about in the chat. We got Busy's Blues #2 fan here, sending out the B's in the chat. Aquarius MC is here for the support. What's going on, DT? Don't forget those like buttons on your way in. Miss Val, what's going on? Chi-Town Nigerian girls here. What's going on? Make sure y'all follow Busy Blue. What's going on, Pam? Pam in those champagne glasses. And what's going on, Marcella? Greetings from FR. What's going on, Wendy? What's going on, Teresa? Miss Keisha, what's going on, boo? What's going on? Hey, Miss G Carter. Brown Skin Beauty. We got CC Miller. Oh my, gotta mess it up. Reparations, so that busy mods in the chat. Hope all is well. Yes, what's going on? What's going on, Powerful? Annette, what's going on? And the Mermaids and Miss EBR, happy belated birthday, Virgo. My birthday is not until Wednesday. So I just was celebrating early because it's in the middle of the week. So I didn't know if I should celebrate before or after, so I decided to celebrate it before and after. But while we wait on Busy to get here, what's going on, Miss Indies? And what's going on, Trey? Miss Keisha said this is going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess because Busy's late. We're going to have to take care of that before we take care of the show. Wendy, it was supposed to say, greetings, my friend. Oh, okay. So y'all, I am back from my vacation. I had a really good time. I did do some video stuff, so I will be posting that stuff up a little bit later on this week. I want to get it done by tomorrow, so I can post it up tomorrow. And we have Lady Blue. He's here.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, what's this echo?
What echo?
Oh, why is my mic not over here? That's ghetto.
Oh yeah, it's probably you.
I'm almost 100% positive it wasn't me.
It was you.
Hey guys, sorry, I'm late. Sorry. How you doing?
From the 23rd to the 22nd. That's right. That's right. Hey friend, what's going on, NC? I celebrate my birthday the whole month of January, and I'm celebrating the whole month of September. Well, I celebrate my own the whole week.
Ghetto.
Marcella, when you going to edit I'm doing all of that stuff this week, Marcella, I promise. What's going on, Chi-Town Nigerian girl? Trey. Teresa says so busy. Happy birthday. Whenever someone say busy, say busy like that. Right there, you say
busy.
Yes.
Today's not your birthday, right?
My birthday's on Wednesday.
Exactly. So I don't like your birthday is your birthday. I don't do that whole this is my birthday month. We're gonna go out this week and this and that. I actually ignore it. I told you this weekend. I hope you're having fun because it's not your birthday. It's not your birthday.
You're late busy.
You're late busy, Miss Keisha. You're late. Block her, y'all.
No.
Hey, y'all. The show's arrived. I'm sorry I had to deal with him for those 4 minutes, but here I am. Okay, Mr. Birthday Boy. So what are you gonna do for your? Are you nervous about the AARP card coming this year?
I'm not getting an AARP card, so I'm not nervous about it.
Oh, have they extended the age?
Yes, it's Wednesday.
They've upped the age. Oh, okay.
When did you get yours?
Hmm?
When did you get yours?
Oh, I'm long ways from that.
Allegedly.
It's the truth. Nothing's alleged. Those are facts. I was just in high school last week.
The jury's still out on that.
Yeah, no, it's not hung. We're here, baby. They said not guilty. I'm ways away from that, but I thought that you would have received yours already.
Well,
But
they said that you're gonna get yours before I get mine. So I was just waiting to find out when you got yours, so I know when I get mine.
those people are delusional, and they don't have the vaccine. So,
Okay.
and that's that on that.
How you been?
Up and down, all around. I've been dealing with some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of know about it. People get on my nerves. Y'all, let's talk. Take yourself out, SoDebNair.
Well,
Any of y'all the older sibling, and you know when you the older sibling, you just gotta do everything for everyone and be everything for everyone, and it gets so frustrating. And I'm so tired of being the older sibling. One, it's your parents' first child, and if you got a black mother, does she feel like this is my time to do it right? Sorry, y'all. I feel like it's a gray hair. This is my time to do it right. So they're really strict. Or go to school, do this, do that. Y'all, I'm the first of 4 from my mother. School is important. Education, no extracurricular activities. Child, we get down to the 4th child, which is my baby brother. He a rapper. And she said, well, everybody doesn't have to go to school. They don't have to. Lady, who are you and what have you done to my mother or my abuser? Okay? Because you wasn't like this when I was growing up. Okay? Now all of a sudden it's, oh, well, don't do that. You know, he's trying to find his way. Girl, you made me print out MapQuest to find my way. So I'm just going through that. And it's hard sometimes when you're the older sibling because it's just like there's a responsibility you feel for your younger siblings. And whether or not you act upon it, there's a difference. Because I know some older siblings who be like, F those my brother and sister. And I'd be like, yikes, ew. But when my mother leaves, all I have left is my siblings, and I want them to like me, okay? Because I'm almost certain that the will says I get a whole lot of money. Y'all better like me now because after that, girl, $20. That's what you could get for me, $20. Oh, welcome back. Sorry, I was frustrated. I had a day and I needed to vent. So thank you for allowing me to vent on your channel.
I understand.
You don't act like no one would have known.
No. My family knows.
You know what? You're wise beyond your years. People have people told you that before?
I have heard that before.
Did they ask you for $20 after that for your to remove any blockages for your spirit?
No, I mean my sister knows there's a limitation.
So, but how about you? How was your weekend? I know it was nothing special, nothing important because your birthday's Wednesday. So I'm glad that you did take a pre-birthday trip. Did you get naked? I saw you was in the pool. I mean, you was in the water with a camera. How was that?
So I did enjoy my weekend, and I feel like, you know, age is really kicking in for me because I wanted to go to the new beach, but by Sunday I was really tired, so I didn't really do anything on Sunday.
That's true. They said when you get up to your 40s, it's just like it's touch and go. So,
well,
you know what? I was mad. I was happy that you made it to at least Sunday.
Tell me about it.
Oh, I have to call somebody first if I want to.
No, you're telling me about the 40. So tell me how is it?
Oh no, I people have told me about it, so I can call them if you need me
you're
to.
kind of so educated about it. I mean, I'm not 40
No,
yet.
I listen to them as they talk about it. No, yeah, because your birthday's Wednesday.
Yeah,
so
I won't be 40.
You're absolutely right.
I won't be 40 then either. So, but you are so educated on 40 since you're already there. So how is it?
I'll ask them. Don't tell me. Tell the people. I will ask my friends, and then I will let them.
You're telling me. I want to know.
I will let you know. I want to know.
You're telling me the people.
Y'all, he's scared. Y'all, if you're 40 plus, make him feel comfortable.
I am not 40. Okay, so we're not going to do that.
Facts, though. He is not 40. His birthday is Wednesday.
I won't be 40 on that day either. But you're very educated on what 40 is like, so I mean, continue to tell me.
I mean, I hear that the male sex drive comes alive. Not that mine. No, the women's sex drive comes alive. Or is that at 30?
Oh wait, Juan. Well, I'll ask Juan later on, because he's a little. upset about today, the episode from yesterday. So,
Why nothing? This is actually one of the better ones for him. You know, he just
he played pretend this week, so he didn't really.
His emotional imbalance is just it's demeaning to me. I don't like it.
Well, I think that they were like, Robyn, you got to give us something, and what Robyn.
First of all, I am not being ageist. Shout out to Karen Huger. What I'm simply saying is enjoy the skin you're in. You know, if you're here and you need hydrocolonic, you know, put that on your face and go with God. I think what my problem is truly is that I want him to be himself.
Oh, congrats on Unapologetically Nubian Empress. That's what's up. 47 in 4 days.
So can you give him some advice?
I don't need advice. I'm not about to be 40. So.
Chi-Town, Niger Girl said, I thought you were 46. Oops.
Who said that?
The one right above this comment. Chi-Town, you know what we're going to do for you? All super chats today, allegedly, go towards glasses for Chi-Town Niger Girl.
Chi-Town Girl, you are, you're just a little bit off. You're not too far off, though.
About at least 15 years you are, sis. At least 15 years.
If you add like 20.
Yeah, and you're doing the math that SoDebNair does. Mm-hmm. You want to get into the episode? So I didn't take any notes this time because you know I was up and down all around. Okay. So I watched the episode twice, but don't look for me for like hard hitting. So you could run over me this one.
Depending on you this. Because I only watched it twice. And I really didn't see a lot that I was like, "Ooh, we need to talk about this," until the end came on. So you normally navigate this very well.
I do, and this is what I said to you because you know what I was dealing with yesterday and today.
Elephants have a very good memory and things like that. They're very.
Are elephants coming? Are the deltas coming? Are there some deltas coming? Yes, they do have very good memory. Yeah. So, you want to start, big man?
You're doing this. I'm not. You do that. We had this conversation already. Now, are we changing it today? We didn't talk about this.
We have to change it today because I was out and about. I told you what I was doing down to the ghetto.
I just got back in town today.
We're doing this on live? I mean, I guess so.
We talked about this before this week. So.
Yeah, but also you could have been like, you know what? Now that I know what he's dealing with, let me
go. You told me that like 20 minutes before we were supposed to go live.
I also told you that yesterday because yesterday is when it happened and today is when I had to deal with the.
I was out of town when you told me that too. I didn't even watch the show at that time.
This is very ghetto and trashy, and they don't even know what we're talking about. But
we're going to get on here and start doing this.
You chose this.
No, you chose this because you sprung on me what I was supposed to be doing on air. Like we're supposed to be talking about this behind the scenes.
You went live and chose violence, and I know how you chose violence because your glasses don't got no lenses in it.
7:15, and you got on at like 7:34.
We're doing this today.
I'm just saying, I didn't know.
So we opened up the show with. I'm gonna go with what I can remember because
that's fine. It wasn't a memorable episode, honestly.
I thought that the episode actually was good. Y'all know how? See, the problem is, and I'm gonna drag y'all RHOP fans for just 1 second. Y'all just want drama. When y'all get like a subtle episode of us understanding their lifestyles, what they're doing, their house, their family, their kids, y'all hoes be like, I'm bored. This was a filler, and it's just like, but I'm watching the show to understand their lifestyles. I also want to see their dynamic in the friendship group, but I want to see rich white and black women, rich women's in a circle group and how they balance being an entrepreneur, business person, philanthropist, mom, wife, sex, adventurous. I want to see all of those things. In Atlanta, y'all don't want to see any of that. Y'all want to see single mothers who have become wives. And them creating businesses, and then going forward with that. That's what you're like in Atlanta. So when those single mothers who have become wives don't have enough drama in their lives, y'all get mad at that. Here in Potomac, we owned our spots. It's different here. Shout out to Karen Huger. We know what we want to see. The fashions are DC. They're late fashions. Okay. But the drama is authentic. Girl, your forehead and your breast milk can leave. Oh, isn't that your man sitting over there at the slot machines, touching that boy's butt? Like, this is organic. Your husband owe all that money, Karen. Why y'all moving out there? Y'all know Robyn lived in Prince George's County, down to the Hyattsville. She's broke. So like this is all organic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this episode was actually good. It wasn't, when y'all say, well, it wasn't nothing to talk about, it was a lot to talk about, but it's how you look at the show, how you view the show. You must be a Portia stan. You're looking for people to steal other people's ex-husbands.
That's not what I said, but go ahead. That's not why I said that, but go ahead.
Oh no, this is all speculation.
Okay.
Does your thing have a hoodie on it?
Well,
your
there's a hoodie on it.
That's really cute. Where did you get that from?
I was waiting on her to pop up in the chat, but Miss Ree actually sent me the shirt.
That's really cute. And where'd you get the necklace from?
I've always had this. I've had this for like years.
I don't know if I've always seen it in the videos. Have you always worn it in the video? I was like, maybe it's just not prominent. Yeah, I mean, you look nice today. I'm just trying to give you a compliment.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I know you're getting older, so you don't want to hear stuff like that, but so we start off with mini scenes. I think the first scene was I want to say it was Candiace and her mother. Her mother comes and she says that she visits all the time, and Mother Dorothy is still the same. I like a mom like that, and I feel like I'm going to be the exact same. I'm not even gonna lie, hold y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna be just like Mother Dorothy. Oh, you like your stuff like that? Well, how about we just try it this way? What about I'm gonna be paying my children's bills, okay, until I feel like they can do it themselves. And I'm gonna be like, what? No, back in the day, this is how pillows used to look. I don't know what this modern day thing is that y'all got going on, but this is what we used to do back in the day. And this cardboard cutout, I need two. I need one in a gown, but I also need one street clothes. I need to see variety. So that was cute. Did you think that scene was cute?
I thought it was a little overbearing because she was like going over the pillows and how they should sit on the couch, and how Mother Dorothy was trying to set the pillows. That's not how people set their pillows.
Please, the people who had the plastic over their couches, they had their pillows just like this.
But now they do the little chop in the middle.
No, it's always heel.
But now they do like the chop in the middle.
Yeah, but that's new age design.
Okay.
That's new age design.
Well, you wouldn't know about the old age stuff. I wouldn't know.
I love my grandmother dearly.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what it's supposed to look like because my grandmother would be like, get off that chair. And I would be like, well, why is it here? Get off that couch. Well, why is it here?
Get out that like that in your house? Or your pillows like that in your house?
They are, yes. They are like that in my house. Well, that's also just how I was raised. I try to break out and go into like the modern hipster feel, and I think homey old school feel makes me feel more comfortable. But I love the Dorothy scenes because she just makes me feel like get her, Mother Dorothy, if you say so. Okay, this how you like it? Oh, you like your stuff like this? Oh, do you see I rearranged that's the read. You know what? I had a couple of minutes and I just put all your stuff together. You like it? What you think? Because it was a mess. I like stuff like that because I feel like that's how I'm gonna be with my child. I love Mother Dorothy. I love when she comes on the screen. I love the reads, how she drags Candiace. I had a couple of minutes and look, I folded all the towels, sheets, bed skirts, pillowcases. What you think?
They're asking in the chat about how did you like the apartment couch?
You said what?
They're asking in the chat, how did you feel about the apartment couch?
Well, if it's your first home, you have, materials that you are not going to keep forever. My friend, when she first moved to her home, and I was like, what is this, honey? Now I went back over there and I was thinking, girl, where that trash furniture went to? Because this is a whole new design. You got to, do with what you, work with what you can. Busy is doing a lot. He said this, the episode was boring. I'm trying to give y'all a show.
Well, we were talking about Mama Dorothy coming in and fixing the pillows that like they were fixed when you grew up, and how there was the apartment couch. So I just wanted to know how you felt about the apartment couch because you said this is what you like.
I felt like it was her first home. So everything, well, one, Candiace's style or an aesthetic was what she wanted and liked.
Okay.
Dorothy was just saying it should look like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that whatever the furniture is there, it's temporary. Y'all remember all that furniture that Karen Huger, the Grand Dame, the person who has old Huger Charity that we haven't seen in 4 seasons, and La Dame. Y'all remember her? Y'all remember when she moved out to Great Falls and how everything in the house was white and stainless and beautiful and forward thinking and just new. Where's that furniture?
Are you talking about the successful businesswoman Karen Huger?
Yes, if that's what we're calling her on the internet, sure. Sure. I had no idea people were referring to her like that.
Yeah, that's what she is.
I had no idea. So yeah, that lady, the old lady with the lace. Where's that furniture?
Now, did you guys grow up around the same time frame or so? Is that why because
we're years apart? Karen was turning tricks way before I was even thought of. Before my mother was thought of, Karen Huger was busting it open and spreading it wide. That's how she got her first child that we don't talk about a lot. Karen Huger, she was a Hampton at Howard University.
That is the perfect example. If Dorothy and Candiace are giving New York and
that's true.
That's very true. I do agree with that.
True.
You do the new tricks. She does the old tricks. Got it.
Sure.
Makes sense. Okay.
Whatever works. So then after that, we get to, I thought this scene was very cute. Gizelle and her daughter, 5th time's the charm. She got her driver's permit, a learner's permit. I don't know what she learned because the girl couldn't do not one thing up in that vehicle, sweetie. You could have put a blindfold on her and the scene would have been the same.
She didn't know what the gas was or the brake was.
She said, why am I going so fast, girl? I don't know. I don't know. Why are you going so fast? I thought it was an amazing scene. Y'all put in the comments, are you a parent who has had to train or teach your child or niece, nephew, cousin how to drive? And did y'all get into an accident? I love the fact that Jamal gave her that, mini coupe.
Well, he didn't give it to her. He left it.
He kept it there, and he's okay with it. Because y'all know how some of y'all baby mothers out here, they don't even want to give y'all child support or money for the birthday party. But Giselle's getting whole vehicles. And now we're teaching our children how to drive in those vehicles. But I digress. She's driving through. She's trying to figure out what do we do. And sometimes I feel like she got it. At other times, it was like, sis, this is not it. She said you gotta drive through the cones. What do you mean through the cones? Like drive like what do I do?
She's trying to drive through the cones. I feel like Gizelle should have told her just let up off the gas and just use the car without the gas before she used the gas because she was using the gas to back up to go forward.
But that's how you drive.
Well, my dad taught me how to drive without the gas, so that I wouldn't ram into something because she was running into all the curves and stuff. But if she didn't have if the gas wasn't a part of it, she'd have been able to process what she was doing at that time.
This is not a Chuck E. Cheese simulation game, girl. This is the real life.
Well, I learned how to drive in a parking lot without the gas. I was able to use the gas at some points, but when I first started to drive, it was just let your foot up off the brake, let the car go, and let it go slow to where you're trying to make it go before you try to use the gas.
That's interesting. Do you drive now?
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you drove?
This weekend.
Oh, and prior to that?
I don't really drive that much here.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm a very good driver, though.
No one would have known.
Knock on wood, I've never been into an accident.
There's wood over there?
Here, put your head on here so I can knock on that.
I learned how to drive it with a manual. So I can go from manual all the way up to automatic if I want to. And I felt like that was the most beneficial way to drive. Now I was burning out people's clutches, but I understood like the momentum of how fast a car should be going, how slow I should be driving. Because when I started driving automatic cars, I was like, why was I ever doing that BS? Shifting gears and trying to speed up. You could just go from 0 to 50 in a regular car, and that's what I wanted to learn in. But I learned in the stick shift where I was like, okay, now here, get this gear, now go to the next gear, go to that gear. You're doing good. I think that's the best way to learn how to drive. But when you get that need for speed and the automatic, you're like, why was I ever doing that with y'all tacky stick shifts? Happy birthday, Peaches. I thought it was a cute scene. I know her dad doesn't drive around, so I'm glad that Gizelle was able to teach her. I wish that the twins were there because
he had to drive at some point if he had that car.
No, she said other people drive him around in his vehicles.
Oh.
Yeah, so he doesn't drive; the other person drives.
That would make sense for a pastor. That makes sense.
Why?
People, those mega pastors really don't drive.
What is that about?
The members really don't want them to really have to do anything. So
what in the cult? Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. Y'all know I'm not a church person like that.
I've never had a pastor like that, but I've seen it a lot. I feel bad for that cameraman too. I also feel bad for her when Gizelle left her in the car by herself. I'm like, wait a minute, Gizelle, she doesn't know how to drive while you're in the car.
She just needed to get the cones.
What?
She only needed to get the cones.
But she was on the curve.
She was, but
Gizelle stayed in the car with her.
You know
the hang of things.
I don't think that was gonna happen. I did love that Gizelle screamed once. I don't know what the full footage looked like, but Gizelle only screamed once, and she was like, "Ah!"
I feel like Gizelle was making her more nervous than anything in the car.
But I don't feel like she did.
I think what Gizelle said was very true. I think that, well, I mean, and everybody doesn't have fathers around, but I know my mom never was like the, show me how to drive person. So
my mother never got in the car with me 3 years later.
Huh?
3 years after I got my driver's license, she was like, "Okay, I guess if you need to bring me there." My mother did not get in the car with me. She did not teach me. She didn't get in the car until 3 years after.
My dad let us drive like we were little kids. So
what in the ghetto is this?
Well, we were like kids. We would sit like on his lap, and he would use the gas. We would just guide the car around. And then when I started to be able to like legally get my license, I kind of knew what I was doing, like with the steering wheel at least. But then I think my ex-girlfriend really like just drive, and I just started driving.
That's a little dangerous. And wasn't she feeding you food? You ain't know where it came from. That's another story for another day. But
what I will say is, when I took all my tests for driving, I passed them the very first time, the reading test and the driving test. So it worked.
Congratulations. And that was in Ohio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't for anything on my test.
Yeah, I don't think they asked much. I think what did it say? Spell your first name, last name.
Okay.
What's the accidents out there in Ohio, girl?
But y'all was still like what y'all's feet at the bottom of the Flintstones when you were driving them. So
yes, because my first car was a Dodge Stratus.
Mm-hmm.
It was a maroon Dodge Stratus. I love that car so much. But the girls, you had to get her into gear when you needed to get her into gear. Okay. Or she was like, "Look, I'm not playing this game with you. I'm going to cut off until you know what you're doing." Mm-hmm. I felt like when I was learning how to drive, I got yelled at so much that I was intimidated to make a move. And I felt like, Gizelle she yelled once and then she was like, "Oh my God. Okay. Go forward, keep going." Like she continued the rules because my aunt and my stepdad was like, "Oh my God, okay, nope, getting out. One wrong move, and now the learning is over."
So this gonna let you take your own self out.
They say, "Oh nope," because we had to practice with their cars. I come from a wealthy family. I was practicing in a Mitsubishi and a Dodge Stratus, and as soon as you make one mistake, they're like, "Nope." If I do a rolling stop, there's like, "Nope, get out. Too much." And I feel like Gizelle was like, "Okay, now turn. You got it. Okay, not too much. Okay." I I felt like she was with her.
She was like,
She was exaggerative, but she didn't stop the process.
I love watching Grace learn how to drive. I did like that. But I think that Gizelle probably should have like told her some things. And maybe this is why she didn't pass the test sometimes, because Gizelle never like while she was driving told her what she was doing.
These were the test and what she was doing is two different things.
I know that, but I'm saying even before I took my test, like my dad taught me, like, you know, this is what these gears are for. These are what these pedals are for.
That's not on the test though.
But I mean, once you get behind the car, that test,
maybe
that
it is
test, they have to drive a car. They can't. This teaches the rules of driving.
Yeah.
So someone like that's why they actually give you someone to teach you how to drive, or you take a driver's class. And you know, I feel like she probably should have done that so that when Grace got in the car, it wasn't like, I hope she makes it. You know, that's what it was like. Yeah. Hey, Miss Ree, I was waiting on Miss Ree. I got on your shirt that you bought me, Miss Ree, and thank you, and I love it.
That was a shirt you said you didn't like, right?
That is not what I said. That's a shirt that you said you liked.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Ree. It looks really good on him. Gives her neck. She's not, in my opinion, apparently equipped. Yeah, that sucks because she has 3 children. So I think she has the tools necessary to have a child. Her parenting skills, I don't see Jamal with them, so looks like she's parenting just fine, sis. Yes, I live in DC and Maryland. Had driver's classes because my daughter is taking some now.
Is taking some. Gives her because just needed a storyline, and she's using Grace for that purpose with her broke ass. So they have driving classes at DC, is what she's saying.
They have driving classes anywhere, but was that the read?
I mean, she shouldn't have just let her get behind the wheel without any knowledge of the car.
I think that's how you start to get behind the wheel after you understand what you can do on the road. Well, at least in New York, my family members would not let me touch a steering wheel before I understood what everything meant. So if I didn't know what yield meant, a stop sign, 4-way stop signs, because some of y'all hoes don't know what that mean. 2-way stop sign, blinking yellow light, a blinking red light, because some of y'all hoes don't know that at all. These are the things that I needed to learn how to do a K-turn.
In the parking lot, though. None of those signs were in that parking lot.
Yeah, now that you know what it looks like on the street, now you can start to activate a vehicle. We can't have you operating the vehicle before you understand, girl, this is a stop sign. What that means.
I know that you want to take up for Gizelle, but all I'm saying
I'm not taking up for Gizelle, I'm taking up for Grace.
Well, for whoever, because Gizelle should have been taught this girl what the things that's inside of the car like does, what it how it
functions. I don't think that I think she was following proper protocol. Before you understand how to drive a car, you need to learn what it means to actually be a part of.
Before you get behind the wheel, you know what the gas and the brake is.
No, I don't need you to learn that first. That's why these kids be stealing cars and then they be running into stuff because they don't know what a stop sign means.
She went through the class 5 times, so she should have been teaching her while she knew she was trying to learn how to drive what these things are. That way she's not riding up on a curb or doesn't know how to turn the car and not hit cones. I mean, it's not
those
hard.
Things are okay as long as you're not harming or breaking laws. Girl, run up in the curb when you need the K-turn.
I mean, so just risk her life in the parking lot. That's fine.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You need to know the essentials before you start to go out here and drive. And as long as what?
I said, Tater Bay, good luck if y'all have children. Or hopefully he teaches the kid how to drive because
Tater Bay don't drive. I'm the driver. I'm from New York State. I'm one of the best drivers.
Because the kid needs to know the functions of the car before they start getting behind a wheel.
I don't think so.
They do. I'm telling you.
You need to know what the signs means before you get behind the wheel. Because then you start to learn how to drive a car and you have no idea what it means to be on the road.
They're not going to know what those signs are in a parking lot. Those signs are never going to be in a parking lot.
Yeah, but you already know them now. Before you think that you can operate a vehicle, you need to know what it means to operate a vehicle.
That doesn't mean you how to drive a car.
Yeah, you could teach somebody how to drive a car, and then now they feel like, oh, I got it. And now they out here running red lights, crashing in the cars because
That's why
nobody
they take
told
the
them.
written test, Busy. But I'm saying, after she took the written test, before Gizelle let her get behind the wheel of the car, she should have taught her the functions of the actual car before she got behind the wheel.
And I think that that's what this scene was showing.
Before she got behind the wheel, she should have said, "This is park. This is reverse. This is the gas. This is the brake." No, she didn't know what they were.
Even if she didn't, I think that this was her showing that. What's the issue?
Before she got behind the wheel, she should have known which one was the gas, which one was the brake.
Everybody doesn't know that before they get behind the wheel. And
if the parents knows, then they know which one it is.
Well, then she told her. That's the part of teaching.
Not in the middle of learning how to drive. Before I get behind the wheel, tell me which one is which.
No, you need to get inside the car so that you can learn which one is which. Because in some cars, we have the dial. I know some of those cars that y'all have the dial that I really don't like. And I'm like, where is the gears? And people are like, oh, no, you got to go to the cup holder and you got to twist it. Yeah. This is park. This is drive. I don't like those. Some cars have an S. And I'm like, what is this S for? Some cars have plus and minus symbols. And I'm like, well, hold up. Where'd this come from? So it's not always the same thing.
You're right. Thank you, Queen Mermaid. Happy belated. My birthday's on Wednesday, but thank you so much.
It's not belated. It's so reject that and then bring it back on Wednesday.
You're right and I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Somebody said busy. Let it go, my guy. You out there. You know what? You've been in accidents before. So after that, we get to Mia and her trying to reconcile or create a relationship with her mother. Mm-hmm. That was the most boring phone call I ever saw. Mm-hmm. Hey, what are you doing? It's so good to do lunch with you. Reading the word. Oh, really? Yep. Sometimes you got to do it. Well, maybe I need to start going to church. Yes, sometimes you got to. Okay. Well, I was thinking that maybe we could do ice cream. Oh, okay, that'll be nice.
Well, she said that they have had a relationship,
barely,
and they're working on it. So I understand the awkwardness of their relationship.
So what I'm concerned about is the way her mindset in these confessionals, because she said that she has a older sibling and a younger sibling, and two younger siblings, right? Mm-hmm. And that her mother, who she's trying to foster and continue a relationship with, or create and continue a relationship with, is living with one of the twins. Busy. What part of the game is this? What game?
The driving game.
You said what?
The driving game. I was so confused about why you feel the way you feel, but we grew up different.
Sorry, I do feel the way that I do, but I also look at logic that way. I don't want to start playing the game, or I don't need you to tell me until I learn every piece. Then you can start telling me how to play. I need to look at the board first. I need you to tell me what all of these pieces mean, and then you can say, okay, so this is how you move forward.
But she didn't tell what all the pieces mean. That was the problem. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the learner's permit is
what the laws.
The pieces.
She told her
that's
what the
law
piece
is.
She didn't tell her how the pieces actually work.
Yeah, that's later. That's after you learn the pieces. To me, everybody's not like that.
Well, okay, so since you say the pieces, let's say we're playing Monopoly. Before you play Monopoly, you read the rules, right? Right.
Some people, yes.
Some people read the rules. Let's just move on. Let's move on.
No, seriously, no, keep going. I love this analogy. So you read the rules first.
Yes.
You don't just start rolling dice.
You don't start rolling dice, right? But when you roll the dice, you actually know like what the dice mean, right?
Yeah, but prior to that, you understand what the rules of the game are.
Right. I just said that.
What the pieces mean. If they're gonna take your money if you land on free parking.
Right.
If these black hoes, ghetto hoes, gonna take your money, or what get out of jail free means. Right. What it means to go $200. To go past go. You learn all of those things first. And then they say, okay, this is how you move.
Most parents don't like a lot, especially with, and I'm not giving like a kids, I'm giving actually Monopoly, because most parents actually like show you how to play the game before you actually play.
they show you the rules, and then they say, "Now this is how you
No,
roll."
no. They would tell you the rules, but they actually show you how the game works before you actually play the game.
Yeah, I've been driving you around for
Not
16
the
years.
rules, not about the rules from the game, but how it works. So just because you read the rules, because everybody's not a visual learner. Some people need to do it or see it themselves. So I can know that the stop sign means stop and red light means stop, yellow light means slow down, and green light means go. But if I don't know that the gas pedal doesn't work with those rules, then I'm breaking the laws anyway.
Yeah,
so
you would know not to break the laws because what you've learned first is don't go past that. So once you start to drive, you'll realize
if I'm not control my piece, then I can't really do that.
You said what?
If I roll the dice and it says 4 and I go 7 because I didn't watch my parents play the game first, I'm still out of line because you
didn't understand the rules. You
exactly.
Go whatever the dice said.
And Grace didn't understand the way that the car worked. That's what I'm saying.
But
should have showed her and told her, said, "Baby, the gas pedal means the car goes. The brake means that the car stops. And if you press down into it too hard, it's going to go really, really fast. If you press down on lightly, it's going to go slower, but it's still going to have a little bit of gas."
You're reaching.
Explain those things to her.
She's a teenager. Y'all like people talking about children on this channel?
Yeah. But let's move on to the next word. Move to the next word. We're not going to
talk about baby Ed.
Never get it.
But I think what bothered me, but also gave me insight and concern about Mia's long for a relationship with her mother is that some parts of it aren't genuine to me. I felt like she was, when she said, "Oh, my mother has to stay with the younger sister who is a twin who, doesn't really have a lot. So my mother watches the kids while the other one works."
Well, she said they're codependent.
And they're codependent on each other.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, okay, this is a new development. So this is where you can step in. Girl, you're living in, and I don't know how it is in other states, but in DC, the girl is living large. And she's like, "Well, I'm fun too." I don't think your mother is worried about whether or not you're fun or exciting, girl. Are you giving her a place? Like, you could give her a place to stay. Give her an apartment. This your daughter, Ashley. You could give her a place to stay. You are now trying to create a relationship or foster a relationship with someone, and you're jealous of someone who's genuinely having a relationship with their mother, regardless of if I'm poor, I need a PPP, child support, equal opportunity housing, whatever the reason is. Me and my mom have a bond, and the way you want to get into it is by saying, "Well, I'm fun too, and let's go out for ice cream." The nerve, girl, with the resources that you have.
I think that was like an olive branch to her mother because they're working on their relationship. I mean, when we watched the episode 2 weeks ago, we realized that Mia didn't even process a lot of things that her mother went through when she was growing up.
No, because her mother said, he did it. She said, "I didn't want to talk about this, but these things."
And she said some of these things. She said she might.
I didn't know that, Mom. You're making me cry because this is about her.
Candiace or Mia?
Mia.
Okay, because I think that Mia didn't really process that. I think when it comes to child trauma, sometimes they do block things out. And I cannot, I have to give her a pass on that because I feel like she probably is very serious about that. Even her mother was kind of on the same page with her when it came to that.
A pass on what?
The fact that the relationship that her father and her mother had, she didn't really remember it because she was really young when it happened. And even her mother said out of her mouth, she said, she hated her because she reminded her a lot of the dad. So I think that the mother may have put her off a lot.
And I can, pass for that. But that's the last episode. Now we're on this new episode. And I can relate in terms of like my mother and my father, my paternal, the person who, helped create, the male who helped create me. He has never wanted to be a part of my life. And when he was the worst influence. But
she never felt like that though.
You said what?
Well, Mia never felt like that.
Well, I looked at my mom. I didn't look at my mom in the best light. because I felt like she was never there. She was always working, and I felt like she didn't really care about and get to know me. And I did value my dad, even though he wasn't around as much, because it was like, he's fun. He comes around, he does the fun stuff. And my mother was the actual caretaker. After a while, I started to realize, as I got older, girl, you're really not about that life, my dad. And then I did go through this phase where he would want to reach out and spend more time with the millions of kids that he had who saw him in a great light. Oh my God. Or needed him. He'll say, oh, your sister had to come down. She stayed with us for weeks, and your brother and this and that. It's like, but I don't need it. So is it that you can't respect or love or care for me or communicate with me because I don't need to stay at your house? Or because I don't need to vent to you about my issues? I was concerned because I felt like the same thing was happening with Mia and her mom, which is like, your sister poor, your mama poor, going through rehab.
I'm glad she did that.
Reading the word, and you're like, oh, but I'm fun too. I don't think that your mother is looking for fun. I think your mother is looking for stability.
I feel like she wants a relationship with her mother, and she feels like, this is what I can offer you right now, because I can't give you that in-depth relationship that the other sister does have. What I can't give you is what I have. No, because they don't have that type of relationship. So she's saying like, well, I'm fun, just come out with us. And I mean, we see for the preview for next episode, they kind of go deeper into this. So I don't think that it's like a shallow moment for Mia. I think that they're both kind of battling the situation because the mother really wants to be around. She doesn't know how to be. And I'll throw this back at you. Both my parents were in my life, my entire life. Me and my dad never really had the best relationship until I became an adult. Everyone thought my dad was the fun person. They didn't understand our relationship or whatever. And for specific reasons, we had issues. It wasn't until I became an adult I understood what my dad had went through. And I was just like the target for him sometimes. But I guess I get it because I've been in Mia's shoes when it's like, well, I'm just as fun as everybody else. And, I may not give you what everybody else has that you have with everyone else. And I can even relate to like my cousins who came from out of town, they stayed for the summertime. My dad loved them. They loved him back. But I had to deal with him every day when he was on his bad days and I was the target. So the experience that everybody else had with my dad, I didn't have that. And we'll talk about this offline, but I'm just saying I understand where she's coming from because this is a real situation.
I hear you, and I know that parents struggling or dealing with things and then also trying to raise kids is very hard. I thought it was questionable the way she was reacting to her mother that she's trying to foster a relationship with. Spending majority of her time with a person who, to be honest, is creating stability for her. And if you truly care about your mother's sobriety and her wellness and progression, fun is not the thing we need to be worried about.
They're
stability.
They're codependent. So that's not.
If it's codependency or not codependency, your mother is at a place where she feels stable. Now, whether it is codependency, maybe it's not a good look for everyone, but Mia wasn't offering independent stability or a better way to live and create that relationship. Her thing was, I'm more fun. And if you truly care about your mother who has had addiction,
I think that was a joke that she made to like lighten the moment. I don't think that she really meant it like that. I think that she was trying to lighten the moment between her and her mother because
she said it to us in her confessional.
But I'm saying so that we didn't look at her mom like, you just don't want to be around me. So she said, I'm fun. I think that she lightened the load for people. I mean, I see how you're taking it. So maybe it wasn't, everybody didn't take it that way. Yeah, I feel like she was trying to lighten the load a little bit and just say, I'm fun. But I don't think that's how she really felt. What she really felt was, we're trying to build this relationship with each other. And I'm offering just a small little olive branch saying, come out, me and the kids have ice cream, so that we can start building a relationship with you and my children, because they don't.
I gotta get stable first.
Well, I mean, but they agreed to start building a relationship.
Yeah.
And the mother is still a little standoffish. And it's not Mia's fault that the mother's standoffish. So
it's not.
As a child, I feel. Or, I mean, as her being her mother's child, I don't feel like she was wrong in that.
I hear you. No, I don't feel like she was wrong. I was only questioning her intentions. She's allowed to feel however she feels, and if the value that she sees in herself is that my mother should want to spend more time with me because I'm fun. Mm-hmm. If that's what is the value that I can't take that away from her. Looking though at her mother and what she's gone through and what we heard from her mother's experience, codependency, dealing with all of these things, girl. I don't think anything that your mother is doing is in spite of, and I also think that it's helping her keep stability and on the right track to be a better person. You being fun and ice cream has nothing to do with her sobriety and now focusing on a family that at one point she tossed to the side.
I think that it's hard for us as viewers to judge how a child feels about their mother's relationship with them.
Exactly.
I guess that's why that conversation is a little bit harder for me to just down. You know, and I'm down for the fun stuff, but to me, if that's how Mia felt or she tried to portray it so that her mom didn't look really, really bad, I understood it.
Yeah, and I don't. I think she's driving this lady down on this TV show, but
I might agree with you on that. I don't think that this should be on TV. But I also think that
she called her a crackhead. She had her mother tell her experience, and now on this episode, she's saying my mother's codependent on my sister who doesn't have her life together.
I will agree with you on that.
She lives right next door to Robyn in the ghetto.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that.
She running that lady down. After that, I think the scene after that was that the Robyn and Karen Huger.
I thought it was Ashley.
Oh, sorry. Probably was. You want to talk about that white woman?
It was with her family, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
love the fact that she comes in her confessionals and be like, Michael has been so aggressive and supportive and been and you pay in the room. But in her confessional, we left some. He's been so involved in coming around, and now the family has gotten and we pay in the room, y'all pay in the room.
I just think she makes it worse. Like we already look at him as some type of way, but it's like he's actually doing what he's supposed to be doing, and he's really trying hard to do what he's supposed to be doing instead of just saying, I mean,
girl, we be sleeping with other people, and I told him that he can sleep with other people until my body closes up. I'm still taking placenta pills, let the girls know what it is, but no, she wanna rah, and then she got Alexander Caldwell out here, and he's sitting at the table saying, "Oh no, I don't like the fact." The uncle be angry at everything that Michael does. And to be honest, he gave your sister a place to stay, but that's none of my business. If we're gonna be honest, but it's just
and her boyfriend.
It's getting it's getting tired. It's getting late. Her sitting down with her half black family, talking about what is or isn't happening. Baby It running around playing. I will say shout out to the dog that didn't eat Baby It, because I thought that aggressively dogs attack things that they see down in sewage pipes and stuff like that. So for that dog to come up to to Baby It and just not, I thought that was very. Oh, was everything? Oh, he must have lost service and connection. But shout out to the dog that did not eat Baby It. I was very concerned for Baby It. I was very concerned for Baby Pennywise. Okay.
Know when you done.
I'm done.
Okay.
So they ate the potato salad.
I can talk about Ashley.
They ate the potato salad, breast milk. Her mama had on another tacky wig. Alexander Caldwell was at the end of the table yelling and screaming about what he doesn't like about Michael. And then I think there was a new character there. Her brother, she don't show her brother a lot.
I never saw the uncle's wife before, though. Have you?
I didn't know the uncle had a wife.
I didn't either.
He has a wife. Did I truly bypass that for real? For real?
She was there.
Was it the uncle's wife or the brother's?
The uncle's wife. Because
that man is straight.
She said.
SoDebNair, you okay? It's a genuine question.
She said because she moved in with them. So that's probably why they didn't take the mother in, because Ashley moved in with them. Did you hear that part?
Ashley is half white trash. Okay, it's giving white trash. And it just gets worser and worser. Okay, the buses is nasty. The buses is filthy. Wow. And then the nerve. The lady living in the tent with her boyfriend. The man with his wife living in with his wife, and they're. But y'all want to talk about what Michael is or isn't doing? Y'all lucky I still gave Ashley permission to talk to y'all raggedy hoes. Like the nerve. You could go back to the trash can, Oscar. Like, I am so shocked.
Yeah, they sure did. They showed an old picture of her and the brother and his wife. They did.
I know the brother has a wife, but you're saying that the uncle has a wife.
In the kitchen with them.
The uncle.
Yes.
Alexander Caldwell.
Yes.
Ain't no way. Yes. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. We must be mistaken. Y'all
gave a whole story about why she loved the aunt, because they took her in.
Let's move to the next scene. Wait, was there anything imperative that we needed to look at, talk about?
What did anybody else besides me question why they were eating lots of bagels of all the breakfast foods?
No. Ashley said we're gonna do a scene continental, and
and
clearly by the looks of the family, some people could barely get jobs and stay in an apartment. So if she brought a couple of berries, creams, and danishes, the girls would have been like, "Oh, thank you so much, Ashley." I think it was very befitting.
She does look Asian and black. She does.
Who does?
The uncle's wife.
I am not. What y'all not gonna do is force me to believe that the uncle is straight with a wife. So I'm going.
Well, that's what he brought on the show. I'm just telling you what they said, and they showed a picture of them together when she was younger.
You want to move on to the next scene? That could have been anyone.
I'm just telling you what happened on the episode.
Yeah, they lied to us.
Okay, we can move to the next one.
After that was this? No, it was the Karen scene. I'm sure you have a lot to say about this. I really was bored and I skipped through it.
I don't even remember what happened in the Karen scene.
Exactly. She was calling people, grind down this, grind down that, Karen this, la-dam. It's 3 week.
Oh, okay. What the candles?
It was, I think it was about her empire.
Well, she is building one, so, I don't think there's a lot of talk about it, but.
Can you get her candle in,
it's actually, perfume? I think, the Ladam perfume smell, though.
So can you get the candle and the perfume in the same store?
Well, I did see them in the packages. Like, I saw the perfume and the candle in the same pack, so I'm assuming that you can.
If she ships it to you, I'm asking if you can just go and purchase.
Well, she's still in the discovery phase. Like, she did describe that she goes to the discovery phase and all those phases before she actually puts it out. So we don't know where you're going to get it at until it's all the way out.
Yeah, she won't be getting my money. Dora the Explorer says swiper, no swiping. She's been discovering and she realized that you lying.
Did you know that Candiace has a podcast?
You said what?
Did you know that Candiace has a podcast?
Oh my God, I love her podcast. It's 2 HU sentences. And so this is what we're doing. That's the name of the podcast. I love Candiace's podcast. I've been listening to it for months. I started all the way from the beginning. Get into it. Yeah. I love Candiace's podcast. Was there something negative you want to say about it? Because they talk about real commentary, real.
I was just amazed
stuff.
that everybody has the podcast after Monique, but you know.
Oh, you know what? That's interesting. And you used to listen to hers?
Who, Monique's podcast?
Yeah.
I'm not a mom, so I don't listen to it now.
Yikes. Oh, so she was. Oh, you remember when they said that you're alienating the audience?
I mean, podcasts
You like her. You like her so much, but you want to go to the Not for Lazy Moms podcast live.
Do you know anything about podcasting?
I do.
I'm sure that when Robyn and Gizelle made theirs, they understood that there are specific audiences for different podcasts. It's podcast not for everybody. They categorize your podcast in different categories, so it's not for everyone. It's for a specific audience.
Oh, so then
he's not doing like entertainment news.
Outside of watching her on this show beat people up, what about her brand have you purchased, acknowledged, been a part of?
I got some Mila Eve oils before.
Oh, okay. Some of the essential oils that she used to put on her child.
Yeah, I got some Mila Eve oil because especially during COVID, I got some.
And how did that work out for you?
They worked very well for me, especially after I had COVID.
So can you show us one?
I don't have any now. I don't have COVID.
Because you're not a repeat customer. It wasn't that good.
Well,
so moving on.
You want to hear what I'm saying? Or you just want to ask questions to just cut me off? And because I mean,
the latter.
Are you still listening to Candiace music?
I am.
Okay.
And Candiace, girl, we're gonna need to get the sound together. We're gonna need another producer. It's giving me my cousin did.
I think I saw you on Make It Make Sense where she had a song that you didn't even know she had out.
Yeah. Yes.
So I mean, clearly you're not a big fan of hers like that. You don't listen to all her music.
I am a fan of hers, but I love the podcast. I didn't say I like her as an artist. I said, girl,
let's not do that.
Podcaster.
Let's not do
music
that.
wise,
Let's not do that.
I'm driving backwards to get out of the sound booth. What you got, you made me drive backwards. Okay. I love her as a personality and I love her podcast. When she dives into singing, then it's like
when she drives back without the cars that was supposed to be at the video shoot that wasn't at the video shoot.
We'll get into it. So after we leave Ashley and his favorite Karen Huger, we get into, I think this is when we get into slightly Wendy and her fine husband. And Wendy says she remind me of a lot of my friends, and I want to say they Virgos, but I don't want to disrespect them because I have a lot of friends in different birth ranges. But the friends that come up to you be like, yo, we about to make money. This is what I'm thinking we should do. And then boom. And then you see them start to kind of do it. And you look at the product, you look at how they're getting it done, and you're like, okay. And they're like, no. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. It's like, don't like trust me, okay? That's what Wendy's giving us. She's giving us Marlo Hampton. We got 2 for $20 Louis Vuittons, and all you gotta do is go in the back alley to the left. It's the red Corvette. They'll help you out there. I didn't like that. Okay, and her husband, he was looking at. I do like that he allowed her to be dumb because you need that space to say, okay, maybe that didn't sound right. I do allow other people to speak their dumb truths, so that way I don't have to say that's not right. I want you to at least hear it and be like, okay, maybe that's not right. And he gave that to her. How much does it cost to make? What's the production cost? What's your cap? How much have you spent altogether? When that lady in 2021 said, I need to do an Excel spreadsheet, it's a flop before it starts. She needs to do an Excel spreadsheet to try to figure. She needs to type those numbers in and then drag the line down. And then she said, what you meant is just write capital SU equal SUM sum, and then it'll give you all of that. But to be honest, y'all, I feel like she'll get the wrong equation because some things will have dollar signs, some things won't. And in Excel, the whole thing goes to She said to put it in an Excel spreadsheet. She didn't even talk about into it. She said an Excel spreadsheet, and she's trying to have a major business. And she said $50,000 in Excel spreadsheet in the same sentence.
And then he asked her how much did the candles cost. She first asked him to go get the candles, and then he asked how much they cost, and she said she'll get back to him with it.
Well, girl, you got one right here. You should know.
To pay for the candles, so I was confused. That's the why she didn't know how much it cost.
What did they tell you when you got this? Child, it was sad to watch. And y'all get your hacking skills ready, because you will easily be able to get into whatever her accounting is, because it's all in Microsoft Word. Okay, it's all in. Y'all can find it. You can find all of Wendy's documents in what is this? Office, Microsoft Office, and you'll be able to get everything that you need. If you need her to put it into a PDF,
She got that information from Google. She said that.
That is true. That is sad when you go sit down with Karen, you still feel like Google is your primary source. Which, shout out to Google. They're amazing. They give a lot of information. But Sweetie.
But she didn't even look up everything because she didn't even have everything he told her to go get.
I don't know where she's starting the business from. Like what part she's starting from. Where Karen's in Discovery. I don't even know where Wendy is. Child, she's gonna be like Maya. Oh, hell no, book. Get yours, okay? And she's going to be selling books on the corner of the highway and candles on the other corner of the highway.
You're going to be like, Sheree, who is this person who's making candles who have no candles?
How dreadful. No, let's be clear. She does have one candle to show.
Oh, well, I guess so. But I can't even light the room. Karen said that only lights like a powder room.
Maybe, maybe not. Some people like one with candles. They're strange.
I mean, if you're having an event, it ain't going to be able to light the whole room.
If you're having an event and you're lighting a 3-wick candle, you think that the aroma's you live in a cardboard box. Like there's no way.
Karen has candles. She has a candle.
Let's not be fooled by Karen. She also had that wig that was somebody else's business in the back of the KFC. And now we have candles that are being made at the Dollar General. She's putting her name on. So you want to go to the next scene?
I mean, because you're going down the whole other path. That's not what Karen ever said. So if you want to go to the next scene, let's go to the next scene.
I see no lies still there. So after that, I thought this scene was cute. And I think that y'all hoes be hating. Now, I wanted Robyn gone a long time ago because I want to see the Rich and Fabulous. What I am starting to understand is that I was watching the Rich and Fabulous and then they went broke. But why can't we have a Rags to Riches story? Okay, so now I'm watching her try to get it again. And now this is sad to watch. Gizelle, I hope you got whatever you put those letters on for that Karen Huger shirt. I hope you got them ready for your good Judy. They went around and they're trying to find a warehouse. I feel like it's not necessary because, to be honest, when we went to her mother's warehouse, ain't look like nothing was going on in there, and y'all can still do business as usual.
They were selling shoes.
You said what?
They were selling shoes.
Barely. The lady looked like she was putting her information in an Excel spreadsheet. She didn't look like she had nothing going on. So they're walking around, and the lady was like, "Okay, 17 to I guess 2,400 for a month for the space," which I ain't gonna hold you, Robyn. Y'all didn't move into your house yet, so I'm sure y'all paying that right now in y'all rent. Y'all think y'all could do 2 rents?
What I don't understand is why didn't they factor her business into the household if they're trying to make it like a one-stop shop for them?
Because that's how they got broke last time.
They could have had a basement where she could have done that. I mean, the house been sold out since she first had them, so it's not like she's selling them.
I don't think that's gonna last forever, though.
I mean, but until it does start to happen, when she's making the money, then use the money from the business to get the warehouse space. But you haven't sold hats in like 2 years.
First of all, it's a booming business. So they go to
Exactly.
I wonder.
What is a booming business? What's the definition of that? Because
You gotta ask them. That's what they said.
all the people that we seen wearing them hats was the Housewives of Potomac.
But what about the hats?
Who have you seen have hats on? She hasn't even posted people.
Tons of my friends have them.
Are they? Why doesn't she have them showing where? As a person who does marketing, if people are buying your product, you should be showing that, and then you should also be restocking that. Those hats have been sold out for 2 years now.
I mean, if
It's never
you
restocked
ever watch Parks and Rec, that's how you keep the business going. You say it's sold out so that
for 2 years.
yeah, it was a hot commodity.
No, you don't do that.
Anyway, I
do not
thought
do
what was strange to me though was not the fact that the space was large, but when they got to the loading dock. I don't know what kinks y'all they're into, but when they got to that loading dock and Juan was like, now this is it. Now this is nice. Yes. Now this is what you need right here, Robyn. And I was thinking
He was probably looking at the dumpster that was on the loading dock.
the loading dock. Like that man got so excited. Now, Robyn, now see, now you should have showed us this first. Now, Robyn, I think we need to do this now. And I was thinking, where the traffic? Well, what am I missing? I don't know what got him hot and bothered about loading docks. I don't know if he likes to come in.
Because they have dumpsters out there where she can throw those empty boxes in the trash.
I mean, I guess he was very excited about it. But the best part of the scene was that lady who was I got work to do, and I don't care nothing about this TV show. Okay, she came in, no. Good here
at all.
When Juan looked and was like, "Oh, so just
exactly,
we're gonna just continue to do the scene." And that lady said, "Look, let me tell you something. I'm an essential worker, and they're not paying me for this. I don't even give y'all clearance to show my face. I gotta drop these boxes off because I'm already late." That was the gag for me, and I rewinded that 3 times because Juan's face was everything that I needed. Robyn was just trying to pass around COVID. Girl, don't call while other people are in the room.
Because they probably can get a PPP loan.
Amen. And then Robyn, girl, I love you, but for you to be $100,000 over budget, you haven't learned your lesson, baby girl. You haven't learned your lesson, baby girl. She said Gizelle she can use Gizelle's West Wing to sell hats. I don't think so because that's where we film the Bravo chat room, which is still airing.
That's not even. Go ahead.
Ron was ready to get back to his boo. Maybe not.
Yeah, girl, use the parking lot. Girl, use the garage at the house. He would have been excited about anything because he wanted to get out of there. It was like it wasn't a real scene because she hasn't sold hats in 2 years. Why are we looking for a storage space for hats we don't even have?
Well, we do have them. We did see that they were at her mother's place
2 years ago.
That was this season.
We never seen her put a hat in a box.
Yes, Ascala was.
That's
how Ascala was introduced.
We saw them in boxes. We never seen her put a hat in a box.
They were packaging.
You saw Robyn's hats in a box.
Yes.
I'm gonna go back. I never.
Now you playing games. We did see them put a couple of hats in boxes.
I didn't see
the conversation ensued.
I'm gonna go back and watch. I didn't see that.
Please do. Overall, though, I do feel some type of way about Robyn and her self-worth. I don't want to say her self-worth because Tata Bay, my boyfriend, handles all the finances. But I'll be damned if I come on national television and my partner's like, okay, we're a little over budget. I'm like, well, what's the budget? And if I don't know the numbers, that's embarrassing. And I'm starting to feel like she's taking care of him because he was like, well, how much are we over budget? And what was it supposed to be? And where was it? Can you give me the link to the Excel spreadsheet? Is it on SharePoint? I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that he was just so oblivious to everything that's going on in the household.
I think he's making her pay back the money that she lost.
So what?
I think he's making her pay back the money that she lost.
Yeah, but I also think that's not. I think that's trashy too.
I don't think he trusts her with money.
So he lets her do everything with it?
I think he has his money and she has her money.
Okay. What was the next scene?
Was it the video now? I don't know.
I think the next scene, we do go into the music video.
Okay.
Now this one I didn't take a lot of notes from, so if you want to dive into this, I know that everyone was getting there. Mia was thirsty. Mother Dorothy was on the ones and
His
twos.
Mother Dorsey was. I mean, they could have left everyone off this scene and let Mother Dorsey run it by herself.
I
Honestly,
mean, but that's what she always been trying to tell
yeah.
you, hoes.
That's what I keep saying. Replace Candiace with her.
No, ill.
No, she would be way better than Candiace.
No, because she needs someone to berate.
I think she's actually trying to replace Candiace at this.
No, I think she needs someone to berate. Mother Dorothy is only imperative if Candiace is alive. If she doesn't have her to talk down to, Mother Dorothy is nothing. You need Candiace here.
Oh, I don't think Mother Dorothy has the problem talking down to anybody.
This not Mama Joyce. I have every diamond that you.
Candiace
That lady.
Candiace actually said on last night on Watch What Happens Live that she needs to talk to Candy because it is like a Mama Joyce situation. Candiace said that.
But Mama Joyce is more irate, and she thinks she got jurisdiction over the world. And Candiace
She's more irate over Todd. Mama Dorothy's overall irate with Candiace and Chris.
What I think
who's she talking about? She's still talking about it.
No, well, I think that where Mama Joyce is concerned is that, oh no, if these people take my daughter, then they take my livelihood. Mother Dorothy's like, these people gonna be eating off of me too. I think it's two separate problems.
Mother Dorothy feels like everybody's beneath her.
Yeah, because I'm paying y'all lifestyles.
Yeah.
And Mama Joyce is like, y'all gonna mess up my lifestyle if y'all keep dating and loving each other like this. Even when she told Todd, or when she told Candy, well, I know you and Todd got married, but can we make sure that Riley's over the estate so that I can get money too?
That's true.
Mother Dorothy is scared that she gonna be broke. I mean, Mama Joyce scared she gonna be broke.
Yeah.
Mother Dorothy is like, I'm running the hoes, and what you're gonna do is respect me because I'm paying your bills. These are two separate things. I can't act a fool because I paid for it.
Because she allegedly put out that she's helping Candiace pay for the house that they got now.
Yeah, who didn't believe that?
Candiace said on Watch What Happens Live last night that she's not.
That possibly that she's not paying the mortgage now, but I feel like what they got from the last house, they moved to this house, which in Dorothy's eyes, girl, that was mine. So I helped you get this one, and that's okay. Look, because I'm gonna be raising a child like that, so I'm trying to get y'all to stop picking on them now.
Now, hopefully, they just stop. Your kid doesn't lie about it.
Well, I think that Candiace was forthcoming, and then they picked on her, so then she's had to start to maneuver around. Oh, they bought that ring too. They bought this. All I was saying is that my parents take care of me.
On this episode too because of Mama Dorothy, but she's the one who edges it on though.
She ain't. Where that white man in an apron at? I paid for all of these cars to be here. But I feel like Mama Joyce and Dorothy, two different people, two different complaints.
I agree. Don't worry.
So we start to get to the music video. You want to talk to us about what happened, and I'll chime in for what I remember.
You don't remember about Candiace's part? So I mean, the girls all got to the video shoot. No one was there. I think Mia got there first. And she was
thank God no one was there. It's a pandemic. Like, thank God no one was there. Let's get the cast
be a part of the video that they weren't even there for. So
yeah, well, y'all come first, and then the cast crew come later.
Well, apparently they were all still recording at Gizelle's house in the shack, and so when Candiace left Gizelle's house, then they came over to the playground where the cars wasn't at because the people didn't show up. And Candiace did clear up last night that it wasn't Chris's fault. You know, she said it on the episode last night that it wasn't Chris's fault that the cars didn't come, that he had set it up with one of the assistants and that they didn't follow through. So that's why the cars weren't there.
Yeah, I never thought it was Chris's fault ever. I think she's caught up in the moment.
But she blamed it on him last night.
You caught up in the moment.
Yeah, last night. She blamed it on him. So, but she did clear it up that it wasn't his fault. It was the assistant's fault who didn't do everything.
Yeah, because the episode before, he just said, I just cleared it with them. This is the only time they were available. This is what we got.
Wow. So it wasn't his fault.
I never thought it was.
Well, I'm just saying that for people who didn't watch What Happens Live last night, she did clear that up that it was his fault. And I mean, I thank God that she did, because she did like come down hard on him. I'll go to that part towards the end of it. So, you know,
I just feel about Mia asking.
Well, we're gonna get to that. So then Gizelle pulls up and Wendy pulls up, and they were all talking about why nobody was there, and you know, if they're not there, why we here. And then Gizelle was like, "Well, I'm about to get back in my car," and I'm like, "Well, girl, why wouldn't you sit outside and talk to these damn girls, because y'all on a damn show?" But then I believe Scala and Robyn pulled up, so she stayed out the car. And then finally Candiace showed up. So they're all talking. Mama Dorothy shows up, starts causing all kind of chaos. Which, I mean, this was the highlight for me, only because this episode was a little lackluster for me. This was a little bit of excitement, but then she started telling stuff that we all shouldn't really know. And I like the way that how Karen handled it, because Karen was like, I really don't want to hear this. And she just kept pulling Karen to the side, trying to tell Karen that Chris quit his job, and started working for Candiace. And then Mia started asking stuff. I think that people misconstrued what Mia was doing, though. Because Mia had been having conversations with her husband, and I believe she had one with Karen as well, about how when her husband's name is G, right?
Yes.
How when they started working together, it didn't work out well for them, and how she kind of wanted to talk to Candiace about, you know, this isn't a good idea. And so they were having like a general conversation, but then when Mama Dorothy came, she started asking questions, but people put it off on Mia, but it was not just Mia. It was Mia, it was Robyn, it was Gizelle. Mama Dorothy kept talking to Karen about it. Karen was like, get this away from me. I don't want to talk about this. I just made peace with this girl. I do not want to be caught up in the cameras. What you saying? The mics are still hot. It was so much chaos going on. And
we're applauding Karen for the way she handled Mother Dorothy.
Well, no. I do applaud for that, because I feel like, you know, I think that she really does want to make peace with Candiace. And every time Mama Dorothy pulled her to talk about this, she was like, no. I do not want to talk about this. Okay. But I guess the part that I really want to talk about was when Chris showed up. Candiace was like, I don't want
apron and all.
Huh?
Apron and all.
She was like, I don't want to talk to him because he has an attitude. And I feel like he had an attitude because what was supposed to be done wasn't done for her.
Yep.
And they were like really misconstruing each other's energy.
I go through that all the time in my relationships.
Yeah, but I thought that I was like, man, I wish they would have talked to each other, because it's making it worse. It's for the group of women that they're with, because they already looking at y'all sideways, and now Mama Dorothy's here. It's really going bad. And so when they ended off, she was like, you know, they hugged each other and whatever. But then she still said, I still need to talk to him. And I was like, damn, I wish she would have just talked to him, because how she felt, it wasn't even really real. She really was real, because
her feelings were real.
Her feelings were, well, she felt like he was mad and he wasn't mad at her.
Her perception of what he was feeling was wrong, but her feelings were real and valid.
Say that again?
Her feelings were real and valid, but the perception that she had about his were wrong.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And I wish they would have they wouldn't talk, because I'm an emotional person and I'm truly, sincerely invested in, if I say I'm going to do something, I want to do it. And if it doesn't turn out right, I get so frustrated. Yeah, it causes depression. And a lot of my partners are like, oh my God, here you go. I don't want to talk to you right now, because I go through this phase where I am really hard on myself. So now I got to come up in here. I done told you to shut up because I got everything down pat. I told you don't worry about this. It's on me up in here. I need everybody to leave the dressing room, please, because I know what I'm doing. and now the car's not here. That's embarrassing and it's frustrating. And this is not even it's about you, but it's about me thinking about you and not even having it right. And now I'm even more down in the dumps than before. So her and her attitude was not the best time to talk to him. So I'm glad that we're taking time. For whatever reason.
I wanted to talk about Candiace, who's on national television, whose cast members are talking about her marriage, because I didn't think that was good, because what it did was cause more conversation about Chris getting paid. Is Chris doing his job? Chris quitting his job? Chris is not a good man. All these bad things about Chris. So for Candiace, it was good. You know, Candiace didn't want to talk to him, but it made Chris look worse. So I don't think that was good for him at all. And yes, in a relationship, you deal with hard things, but if I'm on national television, the last thing I want to do is make my relationship harder. And I felt like, you know, they had it out that night, because when she went on Watch What Happened Live tonight, that's the first thing that she said was it wasn't Chris's fault. Yeah. So I understand avoiding confrontation, but when everybody's watching it and y'all not talking about it, you're giving people an opportunity to talk about your relationship issues versus you talking about it and squashing it on that television and talking about it behind closed door.
And I think they can still do that. I think that the authenticity is in the frustration.
But the world is looking at it a very different way.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. What you have a different responsibility being on national television than you do in a private relationship.
Yeah, I don't say anything wrong, you know, publicly about, you know, the world, but I think that this couple has every right to go through tiffs, and I think that what is valuable about what happened is that we don't see each other right now. I'm mad at you, you mad at me, and even family dynamics are playing the role.
Well, because of that, we now know that Mama Dorothy is telling people that Chris don't pay no bills. You know, what?
I mean, we know all of these things, but still, this is a part of relationships.
It's never been said, but she's already been talking about him before this. He done quit his job. I didn't know he was gonna quit when I said what I said. It made it worse for him in the public eye for them. And so now she wants to defend him even more, instead of them just having a private conversation and saying, hey, I'm not here because I'm mad about you. I'm mad at these people because they were supposed to be here. So-and-so failed what they were supposed to do, and it could have not been this.
And we don't know. We have to wait and see what the resolve is. But I don't think that Chris
said it on Watch What Happened Live last night.
I don't think Chris is worried about that.
Okay.
I think he loves his wife.
You're missing what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry. I hear what you're saying about this would have been the best time in the public eye to make sure that all the scrutiny wasn't as large as it could be, right? And I'm saying that I feel like if I'm watching a reality show, I want to see you disagree and sometimes not come to a resolve, because that's what is real. Sometimes you're like, these cars.
I'm masturbating my partner every time he's on television. It's not a part of my marriage on TV. It's not.
You said what?
Emasculate my partner every time he's on television is not a part of any show that I will ever be on. And so they fight so hard for that, but then you feed into it. So I don't like, if this is how y'all doing it, just let us know so that we understand it, because she's mad at Gizelle because she doesn't have a real relationship, but then you feed into what she's saying. And then your mother and Gizelle sit on the sideline and say, well, I tell her that he's right on her coattail, but you said it, so I said it too. I mean, but you're feeding into it, because literally y'all could have just said, well, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the people who's supposed to have this done. And it would have been like, well, Chris ain't that bad of a person. But now the world thinks that a lot of people don't watch what happens live. So she's like, well, do I got to bring a deed to the house at the reunion again? Who's going to believe that at the end of the season? Nobody.
Yeah, we still have tons of episodes left. So I think that this is just a small part of a major part of what their relationship looks like. Okay. I don't know. I value it. I see the struggles. And it's not fun to go through it, but it also humanizes their relationship.
But the thing was, this wasn't a struggle. It wasn't a struggle for them. It wasn't something that they were really mad at each other about. They just didn't communicate. So people think Candiace's side, Chris' side, Mama Dorothy's side, Gizelle's side, Robyn's side, Mia's side, instead of them talking and saying.
Those are all part of a relationship, though.
Okay.
I think that they're all part of a relationship. Everybody got their own side things, and I think that it's fair for everybody to have their own thing.
I would never let my partner go through that. I'm sorry.
They didn't communicate yet, and that's also natural and true. So we just gotta wait I mean, it's almost a year later, and Candiace is saying that they're better than ever. So
she says that every year, but then the next season it's the same thing.
Because relationships aren't perfect every time. Okay. I mean, I guess are you looking for them to be like, we're like Ashley Darby? That's why we don't really get on Michael like that, because he's touched every person.
We're talking about fake storylines. I mean, we're going to have to point this one out, because
you think this one is fake?
This is fake because the first season it was Chris owned this restaurant. Then he worked at the restaurant. Then he never owned the restaurant. Then it was like something else. But
he co-owned the restaurant with someone else.
Then he was a husbander. That didn't work out. Yeah, that didn't work out. She doesn't want that. She wants him to work for her. Mama Dorothy had the problem with that. Now we're talking about him not doing his job when he really did his job. So are we playing a game with the relationship? Like, what are we doing here? Because if this is real, like, then let's deal with the real situation, because that real situation would have still been a great storyline.
And I think that this is a great storyline. I feel Chris
leading.
I think that this is a true storyline on people not understanding the value that Chris sees in it. I'm doing what I can for your career and what you do.
What Chris sees is what Chris sees. I think that some people who actually see what he sees understands that, but what Candiace is putting off on the show is not what Chris sees on the show.
Yeah, because they're two totally different people.
I'm not even a big Chris fan, so me sitting here doing all this stuff right now is even crazy, because I'm not sitting here saying something that I would love to make fun of the shit if it was, to be honest. But watching it, it was like, well, this is like a game we're playing at this point, because she didn't even talk to him. He's like, well, he's got an attitude. Well, I'm going to talk to him right now. Go do that. Go talk to your damn husband, because if he's supposed to be your damn manager, if you're mad at your manager, whether you mad or not, you're going to go talk to them because something's not done.
Not always.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm going to be real in the situation, like, it doesn't always happen.
Your manager, a husband and a manager, it's two different things, but that are combined. So
this is the same thing.
You can't say that.
But this is the same thing, and this is why it's a different dynamic. And you can understand when your manager is mad, but girl, we need to make the money. But when your husband / manager is mad, do you have to look at it like, oh, that's the face he makes when he's upset. This is not the best time. Because you know them a little bit more deeply. I know my husband. This is not the time that you talk to him. And I know I need to get stuff done, but I also know that this is not the time that people should be talking to my husband. I think that it was real. I'm sorry. I feel like every part of this is true. And I think that now communication may be a barrier and a major factor, but I think that
I think you personalize their relationship all the time instead of looking at it from where it's really at. Because every time we start talking about them, you personalize it with your relationship.
I don't have to deal with that stuff, but I do see that people.
Every time you start talking about them, you start personalizing it with your relationship, and it's not the same. Like,
I humanize that I have gone through that before, but not necessarily.
I've been through it before too, but I still understand that it's not a good look for my relationship, whether I'm on TV or whether I'm not. If my husband is coming on and he looks mad, and then I don't want to talk to him because I'm mad, but because he's supposed to be doing something for me, I'm going to go talk to that man because something is off. I'm not going to sit here and be at odds and down. Everybody's sitting outside having all these conversations about my relationship, and then on national television, we're not going to wrangle this around and be like, oh, it was just he didn't really do it. There's going to be like 75% of people who actually don't even believe what I just said, and 25% of people who do.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to be the person, if I'm on the show, that looks good, and my husband is going to look bad. I would never do that.
I hear what you're saying. If I'm being honest, it sounds like the way you would operate more on television is more manufactured than what they're doing now.
Well, I'm going to act in the safety of my relationship because I don't want to cause people looking at my relationship as this one-sided thing where I'm doing all this great stuff and my husband is just using me.
And your reasons are valid. I'm just saying that it sounds more manufactured than what you're saying their issue is. I'm mad at you and he's mad and I'm not going to. And this is what, because people go through that, relationships go through that, manager or not manager. But I can see your side of, we're on TV though. And what I'm not going to do is have my husband or my partner, significant other, with all of this other stuff going around, looking bad. So then I would have to make sure that that doesn't happen. That seems more manufactured to me than reality.
Then just like let everybody else talk about them, trash them on the internet.
That seems like reality.
Make our relationship look horrible. That's not reality. If you and your partner get into it, if a regular person get into an argument, they're filming a video. This is a new artist. It's not on national television. Nobody's going to care. No one's going to care.
Our circle.
But I said a regular person on national television, they're not going to have the same issues that Candiace and Chris are going to have when it comes to a situation like this. They're already fighting if Chris is using her. This has been going on for the last few seasons. Yeah. And now I just fed the beast even more.
I hear you.
I would never. I mean, I might have made the mistake the first time. Second time, it's shame on me. And now this is the third, fourth, fifth time. Listen, at this point, it becomes a storyline to me because I feel like this is what they're doing to create. Maybe I don't know if Candiace doing a joint venture, but it becomes a storyline to me because why would I keep letting my husband look like this?
Or why would we have to continue to go through this? I mean, it's two sides to look at, but I hear what you're saying.
Anything. She admitted that he didn't do anything, but because they didn't have a conversation with each other, it looks like it happened again.
Yeah, but that was a moment in time. As you can see, she's gotten past this. So let's wait and see where the resolve is in the relationship. The realness is us going through the process with them.
We didn't go through the process. We saw it.
It's the end of the episode.
We saw it last night. She went on Watch What Happens Live and immediately 30 minutes later said it wasn't his fault.
So maybe we see that 1 or 2 episodes later.
Okay.
Maybe we do. Are we counting that out?
Maybe we do. But how many times we got to go through this?
As many times as it. Michael grabs a butt every season. And now we're just allowing him to be.
But he actually does that.
No, they said it never happened. Even your friend who beat up Candiace said it never happened. We never had the footages. They swear up and down it never happened.
Because she didn't see it, wasn't on camera.
It has never happened in Ashley and Michael Darby's book.
Okay. But we saw him in the hotel room with that girl.
Whether or not
we knew that happened. We knew that happened.
The man be grabbing butts and he's cheating on his wife. Either way, for seasons after season, we have allowed Ashley to come in the show with the same exact storyline, people with the same problems and issues, and they're trying to work through them. I don't know what this vitriol is that now that Candiace is dealing with. I have a different issue.
But if Michael actually is doing it and Chris is not, they go through the same thing.
But we're not sure if Chris is not.
She just said that he wasn't.
And well, we're not saying that Michael. I'm saying that Michael
is doing it.
I'm saying Michael's doing it, but they're saying that Michael's not.
Okay.
Chris is
We know that Michael has cheated on Ashley multiple times.
I don't know. They said it ain't happening.
Ashley talks about it every single episode this season. Do you feel good about me? Am I losing weight? Does my body look good?
He's never stepped out. That's what Ashley said.
She's saying no. She's not. She did not say that.
She said he just fell asleep on the bed one day. He's never stepped out. Thank God that the person
cheating this season. Why is about cheating this season?
What I'm saying is that we have given allowance to Michael Darby to be trashed.
I think that you're reaching for something that is.
I haven't even made the correlation yet.
He has admitted
the correlation yet.
She's admitted that he cheated on her.
When was this?
She said that she was afraid of having an attractive nanny this episode because her fears of him cheating, but she doesn't even care anymore.
Yeah, because of her fears of him cheating. Not that he's cheated, but the fear of him cheating because he doesn't know how to keep his hands to himself.
Okay.
Well, all I'm saying is that
you're right. You're wrong.
You should be arguing about Michael the same way we're talking about.
We're not arguing about Michael because Michael has we know that he cheated. We've seen it, and she's admitted it.
I don't remember Ashley saying my husband cheated on me. I remember her saying that he's been caught in precarious situations.
The uncle just said when they showed the clip from the season when he cheated on her. The uncle said that you didn't just hurt her, you hurt everybody.
Yeah, but
I admitted it.
They did not. Ashley and Michael had prefaced it and positioned it as he had an indiscretion and he was caught in a precarious situation, but not that he cheated. They have never said that he cheated. They said he did something that he should not have been doing. He was caught in the bedroom. He fell asleep with that lady and she took a picture of him. He maybe should not have been there. Never have they said Michael has cheated on me.
Busy.
Let's say he does things that I don't like.
Busy. Let's say that that's true. She still admitted that they have a problem.
Okay.
Candiace and Chris don't have a problem.
They do.
No, they don't. Chris has been working. Now, he may not have owned the restaurant, but he has been working. He lost his business due to COVID. He's been trying to work. She's been fighting him about working his job. And
I need both of their sides. I need to know what they feel like the fight is.
They've already said this.
Candiace feels like she needs more of him, and he feels as if I'm giving as much as I can.
They argued about this last episode.
Yeah.
So this is we know this. This is not like yes.
So there is an issue.
The issue that is portrayed on the TV screen is that Chris doesn't work. He's mooching off of Candiace.
Okay.
And
that could also be a string or a narrative of the fact that Candiace is also asking.
And then for Candiace, when it came down to it, they made him look like he didn't even do his job.
I mean, during that day, if I would have put him to the set, it was no cars there. I would have to say, as a person who was viewing it, he didn't.
But when he tried to explain it to her, she wouldn't even listen to him before this happened.
Because the car's not here.
Before the cars didn't show up, when he told her that he had to go to work, but he set up people to make sure things were done, he told her everything is taken care of. So when the people did not take care of what they were supposed to do, he did his job.
Barely, because nothing's done.
No,
and that's why I said that I need you to be here.
Besides those cars, which was a responsibility he gave to someone else.
Now I will say, I'm playing devil's advocate.
That it wasn't his fault.
I'm playing devil's advocate, but as an artist,
devil's advocate. He's admitted it. It wasn't his fault. There's no devil's advocate because he's already admitted that it wasn't his fault. He has admitted
it now that it wasn't his fault, but I'm just saying, in the moment, as an artist, I don't care who did what and said what to who. Where are the cars? And point blank, period.
He had cars.
And I don't need you to tell me that this person you told Mauricio and Mauricio supposed to talk. I don't care about none of that. Where the cars at?
I just don't want to lose her marriage over this show because she's letting.
If she loses her marriage over the show, there are bigger issues than what you think we're seeing on TV.
If my partner lets me go down every single season for something that I ain't even do, I'm leaving because you don't care about me.
Then I'm also not doing a good job of making sure that it doesn't even look like that.
Okay, I guess.
To be honest, how much work are you doing that they can make it seem like you're doing? As people say, when Michael was grabbing booties and Michael and Ashley started, no, they're just putting stuff together. Girl, it's only so much manufacturing. You're an abuser. You are a serial grabber, and you're cheating on your wife.
They have him on camera grabbing asses. So
And he said that that's just what they do. It was a friendly manner because that's what they do
But
in Australia,
whether
but
it was
not
a
because
filming
he was
manner
going
or
after
not,
his wife.
they still have on film grabbing asses. So
But
we
not
knew
because it was something against his wife, but it was because it was how you doing in Australia.
I didn't say that it was. What I'm saying is that they have on film of him grabbing asses, so we know he grabs asses.
Yeah, we know he grabs, but now in the way in which he does it.
What we know about Chris is that Chris has worked he's been cooking food for Gizelle every season. He's cooked food for this show every season.
I think you're looking at it differently.
He's been a busboy. He was a busboy at a restaurant for at least 2 seasons.
I think you're looking at it differently.
He was on this season telling her he needs to go back, he needs to work, and she didn't want him to go to work. So we know he's at least been trying to work. She doesn't want him to work. So the narrative that she's building for him, if my wife was doing that, I'm really looking at you sideways.
I hear you. Well, thankfully or not thankfully in your case, the show is about the 6 or 5 women that we've chosen, and the narrative that is built for him is the narrative that is giving to them through her, and unfortunately how she sees it is what the issues will be, and that's that on, like, we can't change that, and we can feel like it's right or wrong, but ultimately her feelings are her feelings, his feelings are his feelings. I truly don't think that the world is looking at Chris as this person that he's not, because he's shown through camera who he is. I think that what we are seeing a lot more of, I think his dedication to his wife is very prevalent, and I think that it speaks volumes and it stands for. I also think though that Candiace, I think that Candiace can be taunted by her mother and her mother's views and friendship groups, and that plays a dynamic into what happens within their marriage. But nonetheless, you said what?
So why feed into it?
Well, I think that sometimes we all succumb to our friendship groups. Nonetheless, I think that they love each other and they will work it out. And as we saw, what you saw on Watch What Happens Live, things were resolved. But
you didn't see it, so if you didn't see it, imagine how many other people did not see that. So they still think that Chris didn't buy.
Why are we watching Andy Cohen?
Because Candiace was on there talking about Real Housewives of Potomac. I mean, it's a part of the show.
If I have to watch Andy Cohen, I don't care who's there with him. I don't want to see him. I think that I personally think that these riffs humanize the characters for me, and I appreciate it. I hear your frustration with it because you do also have to look at it as real life. Why are you running me down on this TV show? Right. But as a viewer, I'm also feeling like, okay, so I'm not the only one going through this. Excuse me. And I'm glad that I can see that someone else also has frustrations communicating with their partner when things are not right. So I think it's 2 sides. I'm seeing your side. I'm just disagreeing with what I feel like is given to the audience, because as another viewer, I feel like, oh, thank God someone else can showcase that they're going through these things. And not that it's just me. I know a lot of people who are, the breadwinners, and their husbands are, I don't want to say their husbands are doing what they can. And they got the college degree, the money, and their husbands are trying to figure out what's going on, but not that they're mooching off of them. But I can see other people saying that in their lives. I feel like it's relatable. I'm sorry. All right, we do have to shut this down because I gotta go. I'm supposed to be on Andrew Gabor channel.
Go tell me.
First of all, you don't want to close me. You're just gonna take me on the screen.
Tell them where they can find you at.
If you guys want to know more about me and everything else that I have going on, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter, Busy Blue, no space, no E. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and on Facebook. I think that's everything. Y'all go follow my friends. Y'all already subscribed to SoDebNair and his techie tribe. I only call y'all techie because y'all blocked me that one day, and I hold grudges. So next month, maybe I won't talk about it anymore. Maybe. But go follow my friends, Andrew Gabor, and Make It Make Sense. And I'll be over there right after this. So you look a little stressed and upset. What's going on, SoDebNair? Is
we'll do the after show so you guys can come up and talk about it with me.
And let me tell y'all something about this after show.
It's first of all, it's my turn. So make sure y'all stay tuned. And at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to talk about with you guys. See what you guys feel about the episode. And just have a little bit of fun. Talk about, how we talked about it today. And you guys already know where to find me because y'all are here on this channel. And we're bringing Busy back because I know he got to go. I don't know he double booked on Mondays now, but you can't do the after show with me, but you can do another show.
I wasn't double booked. I was regularly booked. It's scheduled.
I mean, normally we're supposed to do the after show, but you do.
I always told you I would never do an after show because y'all drag me.
The shows on Monday.
There has never been one day. Now, I appreciate that y'all. I go into the comments, but every after show, and y'all go back and watch them, they drag me. Why would I walk into that willingly? People be like, "Nah, I love Busy." But, and then after the but, it comes everything that they're talking about me. Why would I go to that? I'm going to look from the bushes and say, you're wrong. I'm going to comment. Don't talk about me. And I'm going to go back into the bushes.
You just rush me off to go somewhere else on our show, or on the regular show.
So that we can stay with your tribe. They can shoot arrows at me.
After we had to start the show late for you today, you got to go early. So I didn't know.
It wasn't for me. It was for my brother.
It's fine.
You look handsome.
Thank you. I'll see you guys in about 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Make sure you go follow Busy on his channel. I know they put his link in the chat earlier today. I don't know where some of mine, because they normally put it in there all the time, but I'll make sure I tag him so y'all can go follow his little tacky channel too. And we will see you guys on his channel. Are we doing your channel next week? Because we did 2.
We are doing my channel next week.
Well, we did 2 on yours.
We did 1 episode, but it was 2. It was 2 episodes, but 1 video.
Well, we'll be on his channel next week. I'm gonna make sure I got something to do early when we on his channel next week.
I mean, and I will give you grace and mercy.
Bye. Say bye to the people. Bye.
See ya.